You know that feeling when something shifts, but no one says it out loud. The messages are still polite, the tone is still kind. Nothing dramatic happened, and yet the warmth feels thinner, the pauses feel longer. You start replaying conversations in your head, looking for the exact moment it changed, but there isn't one, and that's what makes it so unsettling. When someone pulls away, people are quick to simplify it. They say the person is immature, afraid of commitment, not serious enough, or they assume the one being left behind must have done something wrong. It's almost always framed as a flaw. But most of the time it isn't a flaw, it's a pattern, a nervous system response, a protection strategy. There's more going on here than people realize. When someone suddenly pulls away, it rarely begins in the moment. You notice it. It usually starts internally, days or even weeks earlier, when something triggers a subtle sense of emotional threat, not danger, just vulnerability. Psychologically, closeness requires exposure. The more attached we become, the more there is to lose. And for some people, that growing attachment doesn't just feel good, it also feels destabilizing. Research in attachment theory shows that some people experience intimacy and threat at the same time. As connection deepens, their nervous system quietly shifts into self-protection mode. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't say, "I'm scared." It says, "I need space." From a neuroscience perspective, this makes sense. When the brain perceives emotional overwhelm, it activates a threat response. For some people, that response isn't panic. It's distancing, emotional, numbing, reducing contact. The rational mind then builds a story around it. Maybe this isn't right. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe something's missing, and it can feel very convincing. But underneath those thoughts is often a nervous system trying to regulate itself. And that regulation pattern usually didn't start in adulthood. It formed much earlier, in environments where closeness felt unpredictable, where love felt inconsistent, overwhelming, or conditional. The body remembers patterns long before the mind understands them. So, when connection deepens in adulthood, the body reacts as if it's preparing for loss or pressure. Pulling away becomes a way to restore equilibrium. This isn't better or worse than someone who reacts by clinging or seeking reassurance. Different nervous systems learn different strategies, their adaptations. And here's the paradox. The person who pulls away may feel just as much, sometimes more, than the person who stays. Distance doesn't always mean indifference. Sometimes the emotions feel too intense to process safely. The quiet cost of this pattern is loneliness, wanting connection, but fearing what it activates. On the other side, the person experiencing the withdrawal turns inward, questions themselves, searches for mistakes, tries to decode silence. So both people can be operating from protection at the same time, one pulling away to regulate overwhelm, the other leaning in to regulate uncertainty. What looks sudden is often the visible part of a process that was building quietly. Understanding this doesn't remove the hurt, but it reframes it from "I wasn't enough" to a nervous system protecting itself. If you've ever been on either side, there's nothing defective about you. Your reactions make sense in the context of your history. Sometimes the real work isn't forcing yourself to change overnight. It's becoming aware gently, because awareness creates options, and options create change. There's more to explore here.